This is Goku Sun DBZ, and welcome back for a new top 10 list. And this is the last list for 2018. And this track, or rather, video, I should say, is my personal top 10 favorite movies of 2018, since I have finally seen all the movies I've wanted to see for the year. Now, there are many movies I haven't seen that obviously will not be mentioned. These are strictly movies ranked that I have personally seen for the most part of 2018. First up, honorable mentions that didn't quite make the cut. But first, actually, I'm going to do dishonorable mentions, movies I definitely did not like. First up, the newer Predator movie was a big disappointment to me personally. Skyscraper, one of the worst rock movies I've seen in a while. Also, The Meg was a stupid, mindless action movie, and a cheap knockoff of like Jaws and stuff. No real quality. Blows my mind how it made as much money as it did. And a very boring movie with some of the worst child actors I've seen in quite a while, and that is A Wrinkle in Time. I know some people will try to defend the movie. I'm sorry, it's not that great. Even some of the CGI is questionable. Some CGI is good, but for the most part, the child actors are not great, and Oprah is not a very good actress. Sorry, but that's my opinion. Honorable mentions now. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Black Panther, and the newest Halloween movie. Coming in at number 10 is actually a tie between probably my two favorite horror movies of the year, and they are Insidious, The Last Key, and even though a lot of people didn't like it, specifically more Jeremy Johns did not like this movie, but I myself did, and even so did at one of my personal favorite film pundits here on YouTube, and that is John Campea. And that movie tied for 10th place is The Nun. I actually really enjoyed the film. Do I think it's the best in the cinematic universe? James Wan's been saying it. No, it's not the best, but it's also not the weakest movie. That goes for Annabelle. Coming in at number 9 is a film I think is getting overly hated and is already, I think, going to become one of the most underrated Star Wars movies. Coming at number 9 is Solo, A Star Wars Story. I very much actually enjoyed this movie, and I felt it was several steps up from Episode 8, The Last Jedi, which was a big disappointment to me, specifically the pacing, the bad editing chopped up. It's one of the worst, I think, paced, edited films, major films I've seen since Batman v Superman, theatrical version. And yeah, I actually enjoyed this film. It was a great heist film, in my opinion. And there was a lot of nice head nods and stuff to fans of the franchise. Coming in at number 8 is, some people probably would have this a lot higher on their list, but it's number 8 for me just because it's my opinion. Coming at number 8 is Deadpool 2. Very much enjoyed the film like many people. Great comedy, not as good as the original Deadpool, but still a good film, and better than at least half the comic book movies that came out this year. Coming in at number 7 is a film, of course, as I said, I was surprised how much I enjoyed this film. Coming at number 7 is Venom. Good job, Sony. Coming at number 6 is a film I'm blown away. I enjoyed as much as I did. And all I can say, thank you to the director of originally who directed Kubo and the Two Strings, which is a masterpiece. Thank you for restoring me and many other people who grew up on the Gen 1 Transformers. Thank you for restoring our faith in the franchise. Coming at number 6 is Bumblebee. Great film, and it's nice because every Transform movie after the first one for Michael Bay has always been listed, in my opinion, as the worst movie of every year they have come out. So it's nice to finally see a Transformer movie on my top 10 favorite list. This is great. And at number 6, that makes me happy and gives me hope for maybe the future. I just hope this film does better than it's doing at the box office. It's not doing great domestically or internationally, which is unfortunate because this film is superb and the quality is miles ahead of all the Michael Bay pieces of crap. Coming in at number 5. As I've said, right now is at least my number 2 favorite of the DCEU movies. So now you know. Number 5 favorite film of the year is Aquaman. Really great, constructed movie. As I said, one of my main issues was not enough of Black Manta. But as I said, they did the CGI pretty well in this film. And I loved, actually, obviously, the job and stuff of Aquaman. I thought they did a superb job making him a kick-ass character. So thank you, Jason Momoa. You really made this role your own and really made people stop mocking and making fun of the character from the comics, Aquaman, and made him look tough. So, thank you. And thank you for giving us a good DCEU movie. Easily one of the best, probably my number 2 favorite currently, and my heck, rival eventually number 1. We'll see. Coming at number 4 is also a tie between a great family film and it got me a nostalgia factor. Tie for number 4 is Disney's Christopher Robin, which is cool and really good. And yeah, it got to me because when I was a kid, I watched the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh when I was a kid. Like many people, kids of the 80s and 90s. So yeah, it got me in the nostalgia factor. And also, it doesn't hurt you who you have playing Christopher Robin, Ewan McGregor. Tied at number 4 is a film I really enjoyed this year. And I think I have this a lot higher than a lot of other people, but coming in number 4, tied, is Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald. For me, Johnny Depp carried this entire film. That was one of my favorite parts, hands down, of the film. Coming at number 3 is Ready Player One, which was a great film. It's a film that really stuck with me throughout the entire year. I did not expect by the end of the year this to be my top 3 favorite films of 2018, but good job. Good job to my favorite director of all time, that being Steven Spielberg. And awesome cameos and stuff, especially that fight involving Gundam. And Mechagodzilla was pretty epic, plus the Iron Giant. Coming at number 2, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Great job. Number 1, Avengers Infinity War. I figured this movie would not be dethroned as my favorite film of the year, and it wasn't. But I think the biggest surprise to me this year of all the movies and ranks is probably, I would say one is definitely Spider-Man to Spider-Verse making second place. I did not expect that movie to be as high as it did, or how good quality done the film was. And so many head-ons to us fans of the comics, more specifically thanks to characters such as Spider-Gwen, Nora Spider-Man, of course Spider-Ham. If anybody has read the Spider-Verse comic mini-series event, which is great, and I highly recommend you read it and check it out. The storytelling is superb. One of the best well-written events in modern Marvel Comics, in my opinion, blows Civil War II out of the water. But anyways, with that said, this was my top 10 favorite films of the year. I'm curious, what were your favorite films of 2018? I'm curious, and what is your favorite genre? Comic book movies, which right now is a big thing for me. Though, also, if you saw Ready Player One, what did you think of all the cameos and all the head nods and everything to all the different franchises, especially also that awesome fight scene between Mechagodzilla and Mobile Suit Gundam? Anyways, I'll see everyone next time and have a good 2019.